Welcome to Ann Arbor and the Big House, home to one of the most storied programs in college football and the first one to win 1,000 games, the Michigan Wolverines. We have a ranked versus unranked battle coming up here, and you know how chaos can ensue if they start smelling an upset. As we'll see a squad from the AAC, the South Florida Bulls, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Wolverines ready to get this thing started and open the season. Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out of the end zone and you're stopped at the 8. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. They'll give it to the back. Not much room there. They'll give him 1 to the 9.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Looking to pass. It's Manziel. He finds his man. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. And that's why you put your athletes there.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. On second down, he's looking downfield. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Didn't get much on the return, but what a huge play, and they are in business at the 24.
And that's kind of a double whammy for this offense because on their opening drive, not only did they turn it over with the interception, but they've now set their defense up in a really tough spot deep in their own end.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. To the end zone, and it's picked off. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business. Looking for a productive play on first down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Looking to throw on second down. And the timing just a hair off.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Snagged in the middle. It's Willis. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on fourth down. And the Bulls decide to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He gets a block. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Fast motion from the offense. Here's a quick throw out to the left. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
That's a really nice pass. You can see why this guy right here gives the Michigan faithful reason to be optimistic. You know, for years we know Michigan has always been good at running the football, but they've got to be able to throw. They've got to be more consistent, making big plays through the air. This guy gives them that chance.
Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Reads it, fires complete. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Michigan!
And this is why I love having a quarterback that can make plays. I mean, he's so dynamic that I give him the ball in design runs like this, and you got to guard the whole field now. You got to guard everybody because he can still throw it, and he walks into the end zone and gets the big touchdown.
Going for the return. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on the field.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive.
And the ball is picked off. Couldn't find much room on the return, but what a costly miscue, and they've got it at the 26-yard line.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job of his decision-making.
He wastes no time and comes out throwing. A strike downfield. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines!
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game 1, creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Bulls send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. This defense is completely backed up after that one. Ball touchdown inside the 30. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, David. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. The back goes in motion. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Quick strike complete. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the 1st.
Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Michigan! And they take it in for 6 more points. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And he's going to run it back. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
Looking to throw, it's Manziel. He's right on target. And just a short and safe pass play, they pick up a few.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Finds his tight end. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak.
He's going to throw deep right side. Makes the catch at the 20. Touchdown, Bulls! And once he got loose, it was all over.
And this offense gets on the board, and the first passing touchdown of the season, and I feel pretty confident saying the 1st of many. This offense looks like they're in a good rhythm, and this passing attack's going to be hard to stop.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
That's the end of the 1st quarter. With the score, Michigan 21, South Florida 7.
They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. The give to the back. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know we only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. The throw to the outside is complete. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? Motion from the offense. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. He's looking deep. And he makes the catch inside the 25. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. And the Wolverines are flying down the field. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Looking left. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. Walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down.
Kick returners just have to do a better job knowing where they are on the field and what the situation is. That's a ball you got to let go through the end zone. That's a touchback. Instead, you're trying to be the hero, and now you've done yourself more harm than good. The offense starting in terrible field position.
South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start. He lofts one down the sideline. Snatches it on the right. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30+.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Fires to the right. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, but no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21.
Some defensive players just have a knack. I've played with guys throughout the course of my career that you can't coach it. It's not speed, it's not strength. It's literally, I know when to break on the football, how to go get it, and how to pull it in. It's just a knack.
Well, no doubt that was the primary target the quarterback wanted, just not on the same page on that one.
After the missed connection, it's 2nd down. Takes the handoff. It's Yates. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
And I love this because you got 2nd and really, really long. And what's the idea of the offensive coordinator? Get 3rd and manageable. Nice job getting the run, not only a positive run, shoot, you almost got the 1st down. Now you're set up for good success on 3rd down.
Trying play action. Now he's going to break the pocket. And the pass is intercepted. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35.
When you get that quarterback and he starts to leak outside the pocket like that and roll, you roll with him. Those linebackers are supposed to move and shift with them, start to take away the field towards the sideline, because think about it. He's not going to throw it back across his body. The defense read it well, moved with the rollout, made the big play.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
Looking to throw, it's Manziel. Fires toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, USF!
It's hard for a defense to have to cover so much space. When the offense goes empty, you get receivers and tight ends and running backs lined up out wide. You've got to expand, and it's harder to cover on the back end.
And the extra point splits the uprights.
28, South Florida, 14.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Kick it away.
And And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take...
And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And this guy's just never been able to get into a rhythm all game long, whether it's been because of pressure or the defense disguising their coverages. He just doesn't seem right. And as a result, he's now thrown 3 picks in this game.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he could not get loose on the run.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about, I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Hauls it in. He goes to the ground, but not before a big pickup and a first down. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He'll pull it on the read. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Nice job playing assignment football by that defensive end. Knowing what my job is, not letting that quarterback get out, get loose, making a good play, and most importantly, being there in the right spot and getting him on the ground.
Third down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place. Back to pass, it's Manziel. Unloads to the wideout. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Well, the defense does an awesome job here with their backs against the wall in their own red zone, coming away with an INT early. That could be a big game-changing type play in this game.
Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
This offense has a second down play. He'll keep it himself. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
They're trying to go option, and they're trying to put that defensive end in a bind, but he's just way too athletic, and he guessed right. The quarterback was keeping the ball. He knew it and was able to make the tackle in the backfield.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Grabbed behind the line. It's Avery. At the 20, he's got space. How about that effort to get it out across the 20? They'll mark it at the 21. It's a first down.
That is going to drive this defensive coordinator nuts. A lot of DCs, they focus a ton of energy on how their unit performs on 3rd down and in the red zone. If this defense gives up a couple more 3rd down conversions like that, they're going to be in for a very unpleasant film session on Monday.
Turns it on down the left side. The 20. He's at the 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Michigan.
This QB just has such a feel. He's so good with these design quarterback runs. He's patient. He allows the holes to develop. He puts his foot in the ground. And in the open field, he's as dangerous as any ball carrier in the country.
He'll bring it out. It's Witherspoon. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Looking for a man. It's Manziel trying to get to him. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
Yeah, that's a great job. And listen, this quarterback's had success. He's already thrown for 2 touchdowns. We got to make him feel uncomfortable. This is still early in the game. Nice job by the defense, getting a hit on the quarterback and making him think a little.
On second down, he'll fire. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
We haven't even gotten to halftime yet. This offense has their hands full trying to keep this quarterback standing up straight. They've already given up multiple sacks. That's the biggest reason why they're trailing by as much as they are. They better go in at halftime and make some big-time adjustments.
He lobs one high down the left side. And they almost had another one. Rare is the occasion when you're happy to see fourth down, but it's better than pulling another pick.
And that's why that guy plays DB and not wide receiver. DBs generally don't have as good of hands as wide receivers. That ball should have been picked off on third down. Come on, man. That could have been a pick 6.
Oh, and he gets it back. A fortunate turn of events.
As a former quarterback, I definitely never had the guts to ever want to be a return man. And that right there is the reason why, guys. I don't need anybody having a 50-yard run at me trying to take my head off. So, listen, I mean, I feel for that return guy. He's lucky, though, that his group of guys was able to jump back on the ball.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Wolverines! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His second receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Fielded in the end zone, it's Witherspoon. No idea what he could have been thinking to try to return that one, and they stop him at the 7. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
You just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be...
Lost one deep down the right side. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He'll start this drive firing. He's got it on the right. Afterburner's coming. He's at the 10. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Michigan.
Man, that's a play this kid has been running ever since he was 7 years old at the park with his best friend, throwing them go routes right down the field. I'm running by a guy, I'm looking back, locating the football, making the catch, and he does it in a big moment here in this game.
Get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. DBs will try to keep everything in front. Looking downfield, it's Mansell. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Michigan 49, South Florida 14.
Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. And in that scramble, they're going to come out of there with the football, and they get the onside kick and take possession right back. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. Nothing went right in that first half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive for the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
Complete to the right. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. On first down from the 13-yard line. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. He's got his man. That completion takes him down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding his zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front.
And he's thrown another interception. The 50. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Wolverines. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception, and everybody on defense, move to offense, go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick six, Jesse. And that pass picked off. Got room on the return. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Michigan. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense too now. Look at this. I show you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. First play of the drive will come from the 9-yard line. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
Well, the defense hasn't been able to stop this guy all game long, so the offense is going to keep trying to take shots. They thought they had the matchup they wanted, but they're going to force this defense to prove they can stop them, and the defense finally came up with a play.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Got his man. That's where they'll mark him down, but what a play there to pick up a first down.
You can tell this quarterback did his homework coming into this game. He has been dissecting this defense with his arm and his mind. Over 300 yards passing now.
The run from the shotgun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's been that kind of day for this offense, right? It seems like anything they're dialing up just simply isn't working. But at this point, David, I don't know if it's even worth trying to run the ball.
Probably not. You're getting
And it's picked off. Taking it the other way. Really nice focus by this sophomore, and he jumped on his chance to make a play.
I tell you what, I don't know if I'm going to try him much more. Goodness gracious, you can tell he's ready for what he's seeing. Second interception. I would not throw near that guy anymore. You might want to try the other side of the field.
The give to the lone running back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays for this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? Can they create some turnovers here in the second half to get back in this game?
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. And now on second down for this offense. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Touchdown Wolverines! And the pummeling has started.
And added on again, this offense has done whatever they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off, you want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent and beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done. This team looks ready to compete for a national championship.
Oh, he's going to take a chance. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out.
And the South
At the 13.
First and 10.
South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this.
And the ball is intercepted. The return never really got started. He has set his team up at the 28.
Have a day, young fella. 2 interceptions already? That's 3, 4, 5, 6 games for some people. A hot start, catching the football. He's acting like he's playing wide receiver out there. I might think about trying a different DB.
The throw. Makes the grab. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
It's hard for an offense to win when you get in predictable situations. What a great job understanding where the first down marker is. Got to get a big gain, got to get that first down. Nice job, great nose for the first down.
Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this team.
Touchdown, Michigan! And the stomping has commenced. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
South Florida, 14.
He's going to bring it out from deep. That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out of the end zone and you're stopped at the 8. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Feeling some heat. Get it out on the screen. A 6-yard pickup that leaves them with 3rd and 4.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. And the pass hits, picked off. Touchdown, Wolverines. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return.
Man, that could not have gone any worse. You're thinking 4th down, go for it. Well, even if you don't get it, you turn the ball back to their offense. Not that. You throw a pick, and they turn it back all the way for a touchdown and get points. That is a disaster for this offense.
From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part.
Fires one high and deep. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45. That's one of those throws. He tried to give it some touch, and as soon as it left his hand, you know he was thinking, no, please bring it back. Bring it back.
As a quarterback, Reese, you've got to throw the ball with conviction. Generally, when you throw it harder, oftentimes you're a lot more accurate. All of a sudden now...
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Hit as he throws. Got his man downfield. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
And those long shots, man, I tell you what, it takes a little bit longer to develop. So as a quarterback, you know you got to buy a little bit of time. Mad respect, man. Hanging in there, knowing he's going to get hit, but still making the big play down the field.
Looking to go up top on 1st down. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And that is your job. The O-line has to protect their quarterback. That's the most important position on the field. You got to make sure you keep him upright. You got to do a better job.
He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Fires into traffic, picked off. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it 1st down at the 42.
Well, the offense turns it over, and talking to their coaching staff before this game, they talked about how important it was to have good ball security and not give the opponent extra possessions. That time, poor decision by the quarterback, and the defense made them pay.
I think a lot of quarterbacks like those defenses that will be passive and let it slowly develop. Nah, this defense, you could tell, they were aggressive and
And here's a fumble way behind the line. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few. The pass is incomplete. Thought they might catch the defense napping, but it'll be 3rd down.
Great job by the defense forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on.
3rd down, they got to get it to Neptune. He'll have to launch a rocket. And that shot downfield falls incomplete, and that's how we'll wrap up the 3rd quarter.
Michigan, 84. South Florida, 14.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And he's sacked. A big play on 4th down to stop this drive.
I know that was tough, but as a quarterback, you got to know on 4th down you cannot take a sack. Any way, shape, or form, you've got to be able to get rid of that football and give it an opportunity. That time, I know it wasn't blocked perfect, but the quarterback's got to have more sense of urgency.
They get him down after a 4-yard gain to the 6.
Brings up second and goal.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to hand it off to the fullback for a quick hitter, but just nowhere to go. The defensive line, great job getting penetration to set up that play.
They've gotten pushed back, but it's still 3rd and goal. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
And how about the response from this defense? Put in a horrible situation, horrible field position. Jesse, they bowed their necks 3 times in a row.
Yeah, and it's a sudden change situation, and they practice that all week. You never know when they're going to come up, but you have to have guys on the field playing with a sense of urgency. This has been awesome defensively.
It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. Fielded in the end zone. It's Witherspoon. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Touchdown, Michigan. How about that D coming up with a play like that?
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Just one of those mistakes that can happen as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First down here for the offense. He wants to throw. A little screen to the running back. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back.
This quarterback has been really good today. Has been on top of it, seeing things really, really well. That pass right there put him over the 300-yard mark. That's a pretty good day.
Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long. That's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth. I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
They keep attacking through the air. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Finds his man enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
Stopped after making the catch.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on him, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
3rd and short from the 26. Pretty easy field goal range, but they'd love to pick up the first. Fires to the wideout. It's caught downfield.
And with that pass right there, dude, he goes over 350 on the day. Nice performance. This QB's been dialed in.
They'll throw it from the red zone. Extending the play. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Manziel. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, South Florida.
USF.
Yeah, and this offense needs a spark, man. Down big. Listen, it's game 1. It's not the end of the world, but we got a deficit. Got to put some drives together. Nice drive here. Now the defense needs to do their part because they got to put this thing in turbo.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. The deficit is huge, this one is all, but over they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. He breaks a tackle. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Fullback's got it. Open space at the 25. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
I love it. What a play call. Going to the fullback in the running game, and he shows you that he's got some ability. This guy was a big-time high school running back, and he shows you the wiggle. He's got some ability to break tackles, and he helps his offense out.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It is so easy when you're a defensive player, when you watch a little misdirection of the ball go one way to turn and to run. That's not my job. My job is to stay home. The defensive did a good job of that. Defense stayed home, made the play.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Snowed under by the defense.
These are the ones in the stands where you get booed if it doesn't work. Why would you run the ball on 2nd and long? You stink, OC. Or you get the big applause and you're like, yes, nice job. Keeping the manageable 3rd down situation. Good call. So tough spot to be in 2nd and long. Nice answer, nice run by the running back.
They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the 1st down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Running with the fullback. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, when you're handing off to your fullback, oftentimes these guys need some space to work so they can build up a head of steam and get the speed going, but that guy didn't have anywhere to go on that one.
After getting nothing done on 1st down, 2nd and goal from the 6. They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. Not a lot of movement on that one. The defense in position.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next 3rd down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. I'm not really sure what the thought process here is other than just trying to troll them by not running a play. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
In other scores around the country, Slippery Rock 49.
Now looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. Already 1 for 1 on field goals today. He'll try to make it 2 for 2 from 22. It's good. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. He'll bring it out. It's Witherspoon. They got him for a safety, and there's a fine line between being aggressive and reckless, and he just ran right across it when he ran back into his own end zone. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. A first down for the offense. And they'll take a knee on 4th down, happy with their performance so far, and they'll turn it over in the waning moments. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. And the quarterback's just going to take a knee. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the running game has been going in the wrong direction. They'll try to get their first positive play of the drive here on 3rd down. The Wolverines will punt it away on 4th down. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the air. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we had just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David, but I'll say this. If you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed in.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool.